You absolute fools, you absolute criminals. You've let me down, man. Chelsea Football Club, you've let me down so badly. To all the players, even the manager. Do you know what? Leeds fully deserved that win. Fully deserved that win. I'm so sad. Here I am, sitting here, week in, week out, wanting to back my team, wanting to support them and saying, do you know what? I believe in you. I believe in you. But you know what? These guys look at me and go, "Miss, don't believe in me. I don't believe in myself. I don't trust myself." What a nonsense game. First of all, I want to just get one thing out of the way straight away. Tossen, please. I need this guy first. As soon as 31st December is over, 1st of January, I need this guy gone. And Enzo Maresca, you need to take blame for this. We've all said all along, Tossen, you cannot start for us ever again. All my bad memories this season, a lot of it stems from Tossen. Tossen, obviously we had an absolutely horrific start, but at 2-1, maybe there was a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, but you've snatched that glimmer of hope away from us. Everything about this player, Tossen, is wrong. Slow, attracts pressure and can't handle the pressure. Passing slow, everything slow, movement slow, brain cells slow. He even had a handball and I was cheering on for him to get red carded. I wanted him gone. I wanted us to continue with our red card heritage and get this player gone. I would have loved it. I'd rather play with a man down than play with Tossen. And that, for me, is a huge blame on Enzo Maresca. Even at halftime, you could have taken Tossen out. Overall, I wasn't too peeved off by the lineup. I can understand. Some players need a break. I fully get it. Some are forced changes. Caicedo, red carded, forced change. Reece James can't play that many games in a row. Forced change. Fofana, forced change. Our defense, as soon as you take away Fofana, Chalobah starts becoming a nonsense player. Tossen's spreading his stupid germs everywhere. Badiashile looked bad. Everyone looked bad. Gittins looked bad. That entire first half was so pathetic. So pathetic. Where I do want to blame Enzo Maresca is how is the team arriving? People want to talk about the squad, right? Let's just take care of this business first up before we delve deep into this game. People want to talk about the squad. Don't tell me the squad's not good enough to beat Leeds. I'm sorry. You want to blame the squad? I blame the squad. I blame the squad. Don't tell me the squad's not good enough to beat Leeds. Leeds is a team that's dwindling in the relegation battle. I didn't know half the Leeds team. Now I do. I know who Tanaka is now. Baller. What a goal. I didn't know half of these players. So I'm not going to sit here the whole week where we put on such hard work. We've done all the hard work. Burnley, Barcelona, Arsenal with a man down. And we threw it in the bin. Don't tell me the squad's good enough to, play against those teams and then all of a sudden we're not good enough to play against Leeds. I've always maintained it's not the squad completely. The squad's got flaws, but there's certain, things. There's certain things that the manager needs to be aware of. We've all said Tossen's not good in this squad. That's just one player. Don't play him. What does he do? What does Enzo Maresca do? He plays Tossen. What happened to Achapong? You've got Achapong. Were you not trusting him? And why are we arriving at Leeds? Why are we arriving at their home ground with this, nonchalant attitude, like carefree, sleeping, relaxed, lazy? Why? Why are we locked in? What's the point of doing all the hard work last week to then come here and get embarrassed by Leeds? Why won't people laugh at us? Why won't our own fan base laugh at me, for example? Why won't they? But you know what? Fine. From now on, I'm not. I'm going to wait until you fix yourself up because it seems like You can get up for all of these big games, but the smaller teams you can't seem to get up, and this attitude just doesn't seem to change. So until you change, until you actually show me that, you know what, we're gonna go through a period of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games of winning streak, fair enough. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna absolute hammer every single one of you guys. Let's start from the top. Lineup, I wasn't too unhappy. The only one that I had major questions about is Tossen. And rightly so. He ruined it for us. And we're going to revisit this. Sanchez, for me, look, I know there were some off moments here and there, but overall, I don't think Sanchez was the problem. Even right at the end when Sanchez had to come out of his box and clear a ball, that should have been Tossen's job to recover and get to that. My man's just jogging and he's watching Sanchez run out. Sanchez made some couple of good saves. Kukurea was okay. Chalobah was not good today. How are we getting manhandled by Calvert-Lewin? Dominic Calvert-Lewin. In 2025, we're getting manhandled by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Nemecha, getting manhandled by him. Andre Santos, not good in midfield, I'm sorry. Giving away the ball here and there. Enzo Fernandez as well, not good. In fact, probably one of the worst ones. And he was probably one of the ones in the earlier parts was trying to build, like get the players, like he could sense that something was off. At least big up to Enzo Fernandez to sense that, yeah, we're not on it. But you're one of them that wasn't on it. Gittins, we might as well just start with one less man anyway. Gittins' first half was ridiculously bad. Gittins, you're getting an opportunity. Take it with both hands. What's going on? And once again, a message to Enzo Maresca. Maybe start with Garnacho. I know Garnacho didn't light up the place in the second half, but at least shows intensity. Gittins is another player, lazy, lethargic. The body language sucks. Esteval William, I'm sorry. My man, this kid, Esteval, today, this was your first test. And you failed royally. Today, you failed royally. And that's fine. It can happen. You're a kid. The way he lashed out to get that yellow card, yeah, that was the epitome of his frustration. You got marked out of the game. You got bullied. Welcome to the Premier League, kid. It's where you're going to have to now wake up to. Contend. João Pedro as well, rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. João Pedro now has been rubbish for a little while, you know. But I'm not going to sit here and say the squad's bad. The players are just, you need to give more. I'm not going to say that João Pedro is a bad player. No, I'm not going to do that. I know what type of player João Pedro can be. So what's going on? Dilap, I like you a lot. And I trust you, but I think you might need to be benched and just adapt. You're a quality player, but right now you're not showing any level of quality. You can't hold up, you can't link up, you can't do anything. I'd rather someone else. Now that Cole Palmer's back, I need Cole Palmer to play on a regular. Second half, this is where I want to talk about Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca, you've seen what you've seen in the first half. How are you keeping on Tossen still? You took off Esteval. No problems. Kid looked like he was a bit overwhelmed. But you didn't have the guts to take out Gittins. Okay, now you might say I've been vindicated. Gittins provided the cross for Neto. But Gittins wasn't good. Gittins wasn't good. How you kept on Dilap after first half? Why didn't Mark Guiu come on straight away? Or Cole Palmer straight away? If Cole Palmer is good enough to play 30 minutes, surely. 45 minutes? No? Okay, fine. No, you don't want to bring Cole Palmer. You brought on Guiu anyway later on. You should have just brought on Guiu straight away. Everyone was crap. I thought there was a little bit of hope when Pedro Neto scored at 2-1. That, okay, maybe, just maybe. Cole Palmer should have equalized just before they scored their third. But the third killed us. The third ruined everything. Tossen, I don't want to see you ever again at Chelsea Football Club. I don't want to see you. You cannot start. You cannot feature. You cannot even come off the bench. It's finito for you. You need to go. And Enzo Maresca, if you keep starting him and keep playing him again, honestly, my man, You have your squad. You've got Achapong, so don't complain. You can use Achapong. When you can clearly see Gittins is struggling, you can use Garnacho. When you can clearly see Dilap is struggling, you can use Magyu. Or Japedra up front. Esteva in behind. If you need to do that, you can find solution. And you're not trying to do that. And why is the team arriving at Leeds with that type of attitude and that type of mentality and that type of energy? Why? Why? You need to be revving them up. You need to make them realize life is on the line. It's done. Arsenal won again. Easy. 1-0. Shut up shop. Beautiful goal from Marino. Lovely cross from Ben White. Arsenal shut up shop. So, I'm not going to talk about title finish. It's over. I know you guys wanted that. Until you show me a prolonged period of consistent wins against big and small teams. Because it's not good enough to just do it against the big teams. You need to perform against teams like Leeds. This should have been 3 points. This should have been 3 points. But you know what? Leeds fully deserved it. And proper criminal activity today. Proper criminal activity. We deserve to lose. In fact, we deserve to get battered. Should have been 4-5-1 their way. And with what? With what quality they have? They showed more energy, more hunger, more desire, wanted to win every second ball, wanted to win every duel. That's it. That's all it takes. That's all. You don't need a bunch of superstars. I think Liverpool lost as well. Don't they have a bunch of superstars too? I'm sure Liverpool lost. No? Let me have a look. Let me have a look. No, Liverpool ended up drawing. But don't they have a bunch of superstars as well? Smash up the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, take care. See ya. Bye. Subscribe.